Was good, guys. So I got a lot of took a lot of notes. I'm just thinking like, how am I gonna keep this going for so long? Like coming up with new thoughts and things. But I took a lot of notes for today's podcast. This is pre pre day 12, so it's day 11. It's about a quarter till 5 now, and I took a nap during the day today, and those are a couple privileges that many people don't have. So I'm aware of that. I've been pulling 2 a days as far as workouts, so it's kind of hard not to have a rare nap when you haven't taken a day off for 11 days, especially because before that you were a bum, and that's 100% true. Like before all this, I was eating. My diet was shit. I was inside all the time, all winter, and um, just laying down, being a freaking bum. I'm taking accountability now and again after it. So let's fucking do this, bro. I'll take some days. I'll take some days very slow, but I won't take any off till I drop the weight. And I think that's an awesome plan. You know, I've got I've got sweets and like unhealthy food like all around me, like all day. The stuff I owned I threw away, or I would have thrown away if I had it. No, my grandma makes cheesecakes, like fucking cookies. So, but I told her, I was like, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I could have had soup and a burrito during lunch today, but I only had soup. So little stuff like that. It's gonna go a long ways, or it's gonna get me to lose the weight quicker. So keep doing that. I got the Umzu Redwood Max supplement in the mail today, so I'm pretty stoked about that. We'll see how I do with that. Um, I took it during lunch. I'll take all the blood flow I can get, but I have to promise myself, I have to make a commitment. I won't take more than a serving at a time, and I have to stay committed to that ethos. You guys probably can't hear that, but there's a puppy in the background just yelping back there. But no, I want to talk about how I started this podcast and journey was that my grandpa wanted a recorder to tell his life stories as a cowboy, and he does that every now and then. And uh, since he said that, like this was God's plan, um, like I was just connecting the dots, and it's like, okay, he's got a recorder. Like, why don't I just start a podcast? Um, a podcast about the journey, about the journey I'm gonna take to be successful and not successful. Well, it depends on how you define success. Um, Success to me is being happy, being fit, getting after it every day. Um, Ultimately, success would be completing an Ironman, or but baby steps, baby steps. But that's how I started the podcast. So I thought about it, and it was like, is this how I'm living now? Is how I'm living now, would that make a good tale to tell my grandchildren? And you know what? I don't think so. And I don't. It's like Goggins talking about spraying for cockroaches and being 300 pounds and working for Ecolab the rest of his life. And it's like God gotta, you know, you die, you gotta have a list of everything you're supposed to be. But no, he's pushing the boundaries, and it's like, you know, I had all these plans for you, but I did not see that coming. You know, I didn't see you doing all this shit. And and I want to point out, saying I'm not giving out bad advice. You know, the influencers that are doing well and they're fit, they're giving out advice, and they don't think people who are fat should be giving out advice. And I think that this is a different circumstance because I'm taking accountability, which is a huge thing. And as far as I'll just say the next one. And you know what? I might be a virgin, but I also had a big fucking cock back then. And on shit like this, I'm not afraid to point that out. Like, god damn, dude, I knew how to grow it. I knew how to and I knew how to tighten my pelvic floor. I might be a virgin, but man, I could whack it for a long time. And I knew if I would have got some pussy, it would have lasted a long time. And people are like, well, how would you know that? It's because my pelvic floor is freaking solid. My boner was freaking hard as a rock, dude. But anyway, I'll stop talking about that. So, how the hell do you want to be remembered? I've been low on the wrong path so many times. It takes damn near my whole hand to count how many times I've tried to kill myself. And I'm gonna share those. I'm gonna share those right now. Um, I cut my wrist. I actually did. I cut my wrist. I got scars on both wrists. I started a car in the garage, closed the garage, had the car running. Failed there, but I didn't fail. It was success because I'm still living. I mixed concrete mix with some shit in the back of my car to poison myself because I read it somewhere on Pinterest, you know, but that didn't work. I'm still here. I overdosed on meds. Um, you know, if I would have ate food with those meds, it might have digested. My brain would have been all whack. But I threw those up right away, and that was a good thing because I'm still here. I've also had access to a gun twice, but I didn't go through with it, and that's a huge one. That's a huge one. Um, I've had toy guns where I pointed to my head and I pulled the trigger, but actually holding that metal up to your chin or up against your head, then it becomes real. Like your laugh, you just think of like you think of all these dark thoughts, and your demons trying to take you under, but no. This is the most important thing I want to be remembered by. I'm a quitter. I was a quitter. I own it. I have it. I have schizoaffective. I've got some problems, but I'm not the only one. And some people have the real problems. And I can see that now. Like I can see like I'm not blaming all my shit. Like I have it so much worse than everyone else. Is like no. Like I'm just fucking lazy. I need to get the fucking work. No one cares. And I don't care if no one's watching these podcasts now, but when I finally make it, you know, when I can say that I freaking made it, uh, I can say that I've documented the whole journey, and I always had faith. I always had faith that I'll make it through, and get and got where I was going. But no, all those suicide times, I thought I was done with. I thought I was gonna go through with it. I thought my life was gonna be over, but God had other plans. God had other plans. That's a great song by Zonti. Zonti. But let's talk about veterans. Like, what are you going to do today to begin to live a life worth their sacrifice? This is huge. This is huge to me because there was a time you didn't have a fucking choice. Christian or not, you were going to be sent overseas to fight some Viet Cong terrorists. And my dad always brought that up. He's like, at one point you didn't have a fucking choice. You had to go serve because you're required to go into the draft. But that was in the 70s, a long time ago. But no, their sacrifice isn't lost on me. They're not forgotten for sure. No man when no man when going through hell for no man no man went through hell for their country and came back to a bunch of fat pussies. I, my grammar is so messed up there. But basically, when you go through hell, when you go through hell for your country and come back to a bunch of fat pussies, what are you going to feel like truly? And I believe they feel like goddamn, what a waste of my fucking time. Like they weren't worth the sacrifice. Look at these fat capitalists uh, just taking advantage of the system, freeloaders, free riders. Like, why did I go and fight for these cats? But I know Andrew, I know Junior, I know Braden. They're all veterans, and they have so much respect for them. But I don't ever want those cats. I keep saying cats. I shouldn't say cats. I don't ever want those Marines and Army Sawman. I don't want those guys to ever look down on me. All I want is their fucking respect, and it's gonna take some work, some growing up, and some going a little longer on the grind. Obviously, I want to get some pussy eventually, but what man doesn't? That'll never be the main goal. I want to make people that are close to me proud. I want to love myself. I want God to say, well done, when I finish the race. I'm just, I'm keeping it 100. Let's see how long that took me. Just curious. Whoa, 13 minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy. I went went the whole time. That's crazy. But I don't want these podcasts to be too long. But goddamn, man, if that doesn't get you pumped up, then I guess I got some more work cut out for me. Um, no, I'm pretty sore. I've been overreaching in my training. I'm sore like underneath my arm because I've been doing this weird thing where I'm doing planks, but then I turn it into a pelvic core exercise where I'm pelvic floor where I'm like humping, like I'm holding the plank, but I'm like humping. So I think it's just because I wasn't used to that I hurt my lads or I don't know what you call those muscles, but no. Okay, now my computer's acting up. It's getting pretty loud. No, I said what I needed to say there, and I'm glad that I said it. And goddamn, isn't that a lot better than those past few podcasts that I did? No, let's get after it. This is pre-day 12. Um, Pretty close to the next weigh-in. It's Thursday. Yeah, 3 more days. Uh, yeah, depending on who you ask, 2 more days until Sunday, the day after. Third day, Jesus rose, defeated sin, boy, like shit. But yeah, I'd be like Goggins. I'd be the one cussing in church, is cussing to the congregation, like praise Jesus, motherfuckers. But no, I'm so stoked. Um, just get this shit, man. Let's just fucking go. Let's just get off our ass and I know I'm on my ass right now, but this made me pumped up. I took all those notes pretty damn quick after I thought about Grandpa, why he's telling his story, and I was like, man, why can't I do that? Let's start from the bottom. Let's start from the gutter. Let's lose 80 pounds. Let's lose 80 pounds. Let's do another triathlon. I got a long way to go, but I shouldn't talk about long goals every day like that. Small goals is the key. Stay in the present, and no, I love you all. Don't want to ever go podcast without saying that. The people support me and the haters. Peace. Let's go, boy.